Part A. You will hear a person who will talk about environmental problems. There are 10 blanks which need filling. Complete the passage with no more than 2 words or numbers.
The loss of forest is destroying the Earth's plant and animal variety. Scientists say about 5,000 species of plants and animals are eliminated each year. This is especially worrying as many of those plants and animals could be used as medicines against cancer, AIDS, heart disease, and many other sicknesses. We may never know the true cost of this destruction. Man and most animals need a constant supply of water to live. Farmers need water for their crops. Hydroelectric dams hold back needed water and provide power for homes and industries. Trees, grasses, and other plant life play an important part in the natural circulation of water, and thus help conserve it. Without plants, most water would run off as soon as it falls, taking away valuable soil. Rapid runoff would cause frequent floods and leave little water during dry seasons. These days, it is impossible to open a newspaper without reading about the damage we are doing to the environment. The Earth is being threatened, and the future looks bad. What can each of us do? We cannot clean up our polluted rivers and seas overnight, nor can we stop the disappearance of plants and animals. But we can stop worsening the problem while scientists search for answers, and laws are passed in nature's defense.
That is the end of Part A. Now, move to Part B. You will hear a woman who will talk about her hero. There are 10 blanks which need filling. Complete the passage with no more than 2 words or numbers.
My hero isn't very famous, but she ought to be. She's Mary Anning, who was only 12 years old and from a poor family when she made an amazing discovery. She found the first dinosaur skeleton, that of an ichthyosaur, on the cliffs of Lyme Regis in the south of England. That was in 1811. And until then, people had thought that it was impossible for an animal to become extinct. Because she was a woman and didn't have enough money for a proper education, she wasn't able to take part properly in the scientific community of the time. But she read as much scientific literature as she could and continued to search for fossils, often risking her own life to get them by climbing dangerous cliffs. She once nearly died in a landslide which killed her dog. Although she didn't write famous books about fossils, her contribution to paleontology, the study of fossils, is said to be enormous. I admire her because she kept on trying to make new discoveries at a time when usually only men, and men with money, were allowed to be scientists. After her death, the writer Charles Dickens said that the carpenter's daughter has won a name for herself and has deserved to win it.
That is the end of Part B. Now, move to Part C. You will hear a person who will talk about alternative sources of energy. For questions 21 to 25, choose the best answer, A, B, or C. You will have 30 seconds to read the questions.
At present, most of our energy comes from fossil fuels, oil, coal and natural gas. However, such reserves are limited. Because power demand is increasing very rapidly, fossil fuels will be exhausted within a relatively short time. Therefore, people must develop and use alternative sources of energy. One alternative source is nuclear energy. Nuclear energy can provide enough electricity for the world's needs for hundreds of years, but it can be very dangerous. Another alternative source of energy is geothermal heat, which comes from deep inside the Earth. Scientists use this heat to make energy. However, this energy is available only in a few places in the world. The sun, water, and the wind are other alternative sources of energy. The wind turns windmills and moves sailboats. It is a clean source of energy, and there is lots of it. Unfortunately, if the wind does not blow, there is no wind energy. When water moves from a high place to a lower place, it makes energy. This energy is used to create electricity. Water power gives energy without pollution. However, people have to build dams to use this energy, and as dams cost a lot of money, so water energy is expensive. The sun releases large amounts of energy every day. This energy can be changed into electricity. Many countries use solar energy for their daily life. Solar panels on the roofs of houses can create enough energy to heat or cool an entire house. Solar energy is not only plentiful and infinite, but also clean and safe. Although there are some disadvantages, the potential of alternative sources of energy is great. However, how to make full use of these sources of energy is a question for researchers all over the world.